Hey everyone. Laziness can be a problem for a lot of people. I know I struggled with it a lot back in the day and I still sometimes do. I mean, it's just a part of human nature to be lazy sometimes, right? But these people take it to the next level. What I want to show you here today is the top of r/neckbeardnests. And if you don't know what this place is, oh boy, it's filled with the most degenerate piece of shit on the planet. So the first one that I want to take a look at here with all of you is this one. The title is called A Gentle Flaming. You can see that it's not the worst in the world. It's not like terribly bad, but it's very messy and it's very cluttered. I mean, it'd take maybe an afternoon to clean this up and make it look really nice, you know? I mean, he's got the Xbox and the monitor. All he needs to do is really put a trash bag at the end of the desk there and just put his arm on the other side and just pull. Then the floor would need some work, obviously, as well, but you know what I mean. So this is what the description of the post says. I know it's not the worst, but this is my roommate's room. Like, he's extremely lazy, and we have to constantly stay on his ass. Now, I'm not upset about him taking the kitchen trash out, but not washing dishes and letting it build in his room is a problem. He didn't see an issue, and just trying to get some comments to show him that I'm not just tripping on God. Alright, if that is an actual quote by this man, I can already tell the type of person he is just by that alone, and he is the most insufferable asshole on the planet. He was probably one of those failed YouTube pranksters that never got his clout droplings from the great clout god up in the clouts. So this one, it's bad. When I was a wee lad, I had problems keeping my room clean, but it never was like this bad. Like, this is something that you'd see in like a horror movie as like a serial killer's lair. This is like where they'd go and then they'd chop up body parts and then like shave the skin off so then they could wear it as a mask. You wouldn't see this in the real world. You shouldn't see this in the real world. All right, this next one is completely just a disaster. So the title says, and I guess just the description says, it's always been like this. I clean it once a year, just too lazy. So this is a self-report, I guess, of this person's room. Why the hell do you only clean it once a year? Like, what's the point in that? You know, like, why do you like getting this trash buildup? I mean, that space heater is a fire hazard, you know? Like, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to live in this? This is horrific. I mean, how do you even walk around? Like, it's just trash everywhere. I take back what I said about the last one being the serial killer's dungeon. No, this one is the serial killer's dungeon. Okay, so you got the TV in the back here, and that is a relatively old TV. And then there's nothing else around it except trash. But honestly, I bet if you cleaned it up, it'd probably be fine, you know? Like, there'd probably actually be a decent amount of space to, move around, have a decent life in. I mean, how do these people have, like, friends over and stuff, you know? Do their friends not say anything about it? Like, oh, this is normal for their friends too? I don't get it. I would never be able to have, like, my friends over or something if my room was messy. Okay, so the next one is just a person's desk. There's a comment here. The top comment says, "Now this is the definitive Reddit mod station." And yeah, I couldn't agree more. He's got the ultra wide for all of his Reddit golds and karmas and everything like that to stay on there. I bet he has a notepad always open with a copy and paste of "Thank you, kind stranger, for the gold." And then he's got all his Pepsi cans and bowls and mugs and food related items and maybe a pill bottle or two. Ugh. Okay. And then he's got his printer. I don't know why he needs a fucking printer, but so upon further inspection, that is not a printer, that is a PC. I can see the AIO in the center there. It's a weird case, to say the least. I fully thought it was a printer. But anyways, then you got the Domino's boxes in the back there and random paint, on the walls. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Like, he's just got, it's a different color there. I wonder if he punched a hole there, and so he put a piece of paper on it and then painted over it, because that's a solid way to keep a wall up. Yeah, I mean, this guy clearly knows how to clean up. No, all right, but again, seriously, like, how do these people live like this? Like, I don't know. I'm not a very, clean person, you'd say, I guess, like I keep saying. I do have problems with, like, getting trash out of my room, or getting trash out of, out of the living room, or whatever, wherever it is in my house. I have a problem with, like, picking up my trash, or, doing the laundry every week, or making the bed, or whatever. It's just like, it's just little things that I kind of procrastinate on, and then they just build up. But then I'll be like, okay, my house looks like a wreck. I'm gonna clean it, and then I clean it. It's just it doesn't take that much time. You just set aside maybe a day, maybe 2 days. Or I don't get why these people think that this is normal. This is okay. This is not okay. This is not normal. This is gross. Okay, and then this next one here is just sad. I want to preface this by saying I have no problems with anime. I just don't really get into it. But this is another level of obsession. I think if anyone had this with any kind of thing, anything, this would be a problem. Say, okay, so I like Spider-Man a lot, right? If I was doing this with Spider-Man, I think there'd be some sort of, issue. But also, you got to remember that this is an anime girl, and she looked, and the girl here doesn't really look very old. She looks like a child, so, I don't know about all that. I don't know if she is a child in the anime or whatever, but, like, still, it makes me feel weird that someone's room is just like this. It's just weird. They have, like, a whole shrine dedicated to it, dedicated to this one random anime girl. What causes someone to think like this? Like, have another interest, not just this one anime. There's so many posters, like, all of their doors are covered up by just posters galore of this one chick, and it's just like, what the fuck? I will say, though, at least their room is clean. It's just cluttered to shit with all of their collectibles and other anime figures and stuff like that. And then even the wallpapers on the desktop are like that. Like, I can't be the only one that think this is weird, right? Like, I'm not crazy here. This is not normal. Like, look at the amount of stuff that there is, that this one person has. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. Either way, it doesn't matter. Like, this is weird. I'm just gonna go off on a limb here and say that this is a guy, because I don't think that, I don't know. I'd like to think that most girls' brains are functioning enough to not do something like this. I don't know. It's like, you hardly ever see that happening with women. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, like, look at the amount of stuffed animals that they have, and the body pillow, and the blankets, and like, this is dedication to something that should not be dedicated to this much. Have your hobby. That's great. Like, I'm sitting here, a grown man, almost 21 years old, and I still like to play with Legos, for God's sake. You know what I mean? There's hobbies, and then there's obsessions. Like, this is an addiction. And the same thing could be said about me, I guess, with, like, say, video games. I literally spend 90% of my time, if it's not, like, important, playing a video game. This week in particular, speaking of laziness, I've been super lazy about getting this video out, because I just have been replaying Doom Eternal a bunch, and it's just like, that's been so fun. My stupid little gamer goblin brain is, everything gets all cattywampus, and then I lose track of time, and then I'm like, alright, shit, I haven't posted a video, and it's Friday afternoon. I don't know, like, these people clearly have problems. I mean, I thought I had a problem before with the mess and stuff like that, but looking at these things makes me feel so much better, knowing that I didn't ever end up like that. Like, that's another level of disgusting, disturbing shit. If you liked this video, you can go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't like this video, you can go ahead and give it a dislike. Tell me what you thought about it in the comments. Let me know if you guys had a problem with laziness and throwing trash out. I mean, it happens a lot, so who knows. If you really liked this video, you go ahead and subscribe. It'll be on screen right now. And if you want to watch another one, it's also on screen. Of course, all of that is never mandatory. It's all optional all the time, always. So with all that out of the way, fuck you all, and have a good night.